But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Keep it going. Some bullets in the back, blowing. Hold it down for the Bay, reppin' Oakland.
It's all a fugazi.
And you know the difference between me reading your papers now and me reading your papers 10 years ago is that now I know when I read it. 10 years ago, I didn't know when I read it.
This is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real.
Right. All right.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies.
Carrying a school bag on stage. What are you doing with a school bag on stage? You can't even read.
Now you ain't the champ. Hey, this is embarrassing. How you gonna do this? Embarrassing. How you gonna do the champ? You go fight more than 4,000 people live. Most people in training.
40 years old carrying a school bag. The man doesn't even fucking read.
And Dad tried to teach me of my brothers. Never try to be better than someone else. Always learn from others. And never cease trying to be the best you could be. That's under your control. I coined my own definition of success, which is peace of mind, attained only through self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to do the best of which you're capable.
What do you both think about fear?
I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations. I'm here to live up to mine.
He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life.
Fear is a teacher.
And I don't skip class.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing.
Hanging around.
Just hanging around.
Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now.
Hey now. Hey now to you. Yeah. Hey now. Hey now.
Hey now.
Did I just nail the grail?
You just hit the grail.
Did I just nail the grail? Hey now, say now. Hey now, say now.
The often duplicated, copied, but never replicated. Only one. I know, a little intro. Why not give myself a little intro? It's nice to be back. The last week, since our last live Wednesday night, I rushed over, had my draft. It lasted till what, 12:30 a.m. Then we wake up bright and early to watch the games, and we get down there early. So, you know, and then you're in a room all day watching basketball, and the second day all day watching basketball. It was great to see everybody, but I was tuned out of all this for a little while, and it was nice. And then Sunday I came back and I didn't even add any, you know, I have a lot of prep here. What do we have? I don't know how many slides. 73 slides. We'll get through them semi quickly. You know, I don't like to hang around on one thing, but I guess Sunday I liked Sunday. It was back to like, okay, I feel proud about making that video. It was a good video. I'm happy with it. I put some time, effort. It's not repeating the same stories. It's not breaking news, but it's something that needs to be talked about. So if you haven't seen Sunday's video, go give it a watch. And then today's video, which is so weird. In 4 years, I've been making content. I've never had this happen. And I'm curious if it's just on my end, but I've tried a different account and it still looked the same. Is I released that video this morning. And when I released it, it said it had been out for 9 hours. Now that's when I posted it to YouTube. I had not released it yet. And so normally that clock starts at when I release it. And so for whatever reason, it's saying like it's been out 20 hours. It's so weird. I've never seen that. Maybe it's just on my end. I don't think so. And that's a little glitch that's never happened. I've put out, I don't know, 300-400 videos, anyways, I'm talking shit. It's good. We're gonna have a lot. There will be a lot. I think the second half of someone tell KK that I blocked him from regular videos this week ago. Didn't notice his comments were shadow banned. Sorry, bud. You're too exhausting for me. KK is not KK. KK is the man. He if KK watches, well, I think you're under, I think he, you know, there might be some distrust is my guess, but I think if KK knows Ian, 7-Eleven Ian, then KK's, that's all I got to know about him. All right. So we're going to rank the products. We're going to go do a deep dive on the products. If you saw today's video, it's kind of a premise of today. Before we do that, I feel like we, let give it a minute. So I have what again? It was nice to be away, not thinking 4 or 5 days of this, and then Sunday I make a video, I make the video, and then today, last night I was up till I don't know when 12:30 a.m., 1 a.m. It's doing all the prep, getting ready for. It's not as easy as just hopping on. I mean, I realized after having those 5 days, it's like, oh shit, back to work. And I love it, I enjoy it. So and there's not much I could talk that I'm this knowledge. We could talk Raider football, maybe Lakers, education, and then this. So anyways, I want to start with this because it's ridiculous. We'll get through the top tabs pretty quickly, and then we'll jump in to some of the product rankings.
Cash is dead. A lot of people are confused what cash is dead means. Well, let me drop some facts for you. I say cash is dead because if cash sits in your bank account, it is actually depreciating 0.008% every day, not doing a thing for you.
So, he's basically pushing cards as if it's the stock market or real estate, which has done well for decades and decades and decades. It's not a fad. And it's bigger than just sports cards. You see it all over. I'm going to show you in a minute, but it's not it's a fad. This thing is being shoved down people's throats right now. Will it stay? Will it stick? I mean, that's their hope. It stays and sticks with some, but it is bigger than just sports cards at the moment. But this is kind of, in a decade from now, I don't think this will age well for Grant, and I'm gonna make sure if no one else doesn't show it, I will, because this is one of the worst things. Excuse me, is you're specifically coming out, and other people do it too. You're, saying this is a great place to put your money. Put your money here. First of all, you got to pick right, and second of all, it's not going to stay this way for a decade.
If you were to take that cash and put it into sports cards, then you have appreciation opportunity.
Opportunity is the big one. It's a huge risk. Sure, there's some reward, but even on singles, especially at these prices, I was always telling people buy singles. Of course, it's a better buy. At these prices, buy the right singles. Don't give yourself a high floor to fall. Because that could happen. It's if you're going to buy the 300 or the 30,000 and it's just free, buy the 300, the 30,000. The price of going up has already peaked or is already there. Get rid of it. And vintage, I feel a little different, but even at some vintage, the price, some of these stupid prices on these 90s inserts, it's as if 90s inserts were just discovered or put out yesterday. It's clearly there's a certain marketing job that it happens, or a certain push, because a lot of money's in it, that happens with certain niches in sports cards. And the rest, which I'll show you as we look through these boxes, nah, bro, it doesn't happen in those niches.
Well, I can agree with Grant that sports cards are a great opportunity, and I feel like everyone and their mother should be a part of the hobby. Don't get it twisted. Sports cards can be just as volatile.
And again, this guy making it's just as volatile. Stock, like I'll show you Adam Gray in a minute. Stocks don't go from a $50 stock to a $5,000 stock. Like, that's just not what happens. And when that does happen, if you're got a brain in there, that should automatically turn a key or a red flag. Like, why did this go from this price to this price in 10 months, in a year and a half? It's not weird. There's a reason. There is a reason, and it's way more volatile than the stock market. It's not even close. And one's been a proven for 300 years, 200 something years. It's been a proven way to put your money and put it in a safe place and make you a little over time, compound. That's not what is happening here. What you have happening here, and this is hypothetical, what I'm going to say, is someone like Shine and Kevin O'Leary, who already own a ton of those kind of cards they already own. And then they put a $13 million sale on a big one, on an important one. It's not worth $13 million or $20 million as Card Ladder of the industry might have you think. And then all of a sudden what that does is it elevates every other card in their portfolio. Now they're buying more one-on-one stuff. But let's say you own 100 Ken Griffey Juniors, or 100 of the rookie upper deck, or 100 of this or this, or 90s inserts. It helps pump that market with something where you don't see that in other parts of the hobby industry. So anyways, I think it's not, I would never tell someone, yeah, instead of investing in a proven, you don't call it an asset. I mean, you're buying assets, I guess, when you buy stocks. So instead of investing in a proven place, no. Let me tell you, what's all been a little push the last few months, the last few years, excuse me, that's where you want to put your money. Nah, bro, I disagree. Okay. We had the shill bidding. It's nothing new. It's somewhat I talked about on Sunday. I'm not going to get into it, but I saw Boston Card Hunter in here, and he had this is a separate story, and he didn't say. He came out and said in a text months ago that he was texting a big, one of the biggest auction houses that we all know. And basically they told him, we don't care if you win your own card. We just want it paid for so we get our commission. That's basically the same story Alt told the brothers here, whoever these brothers are, new to the hobby, new to the industry. Anyway, shilling's going on. The bracket. I gotta take this out. Man, this morning I had a rough, no energy this morning. Bro, I have a bad stomach, and I don't know, man. I'm feeling a lot better now. We'll do the rankings here in a minute. Want to get through this. So Kevin has Arizona to win. He's currently in first place, beating James, who also has Arizona to win. So it'll be very tough for James to bump up. We have Ashley in 6. Who else do I see? Oh, there's Zach. Funny ass Zach in 3rd. Who else do I notice? Anaka 99 moves into 6th, tied for 6th. David Console. Okay, so they're doing well, David and Ashley. Let's see who else. Rhonda was in first place for the entire first 2 days, it felt like, even going most of day 3, and then she fell down to 12th. She didn't have a great weekend of games. Donald and Bill both in 12th, but they have Florida. Florida is gone out. Myself, real Ron friggin 22nd, tied with Run Good Life, also in 22nd. Arizona, both Arizona. Nick Kelly, who also had Florida. There's me, Professor 29th. I also had a bad weekend. Anyways, Travis, who is blue-red, he was in dead last most of the tournament. Now we're tied. So we'll see what happens. He has Duke. I have Michigan. Anyways, we'll follow this. It's been a fun tournament, a good tournament. I lost. I lost $200. I've gone to March Madness before. It's not my first rodeo. I'm not trying to lose the bank. So I didn't make huge bets. I had a couple where I should have done that. That's, I don't know if you watched, but that Kentucky shot against, who the hell were they playing? Was it South Florida? Whoever the hell it was. Maybe that's not right. They hit a 3 with 10 seconds to go up by 3. Kentucky comes back down. They're not guarding. They act as if they already won the game. Kentucky hits not a half court 3, but a decent, far enough 3. Game goes into overtime and they lose. Okay. The only pushback I get in the comments is, people sign different as they age. They're giving the benefit of the doubt to the person that signed the card. And they said that's happened to them. Okay, first of all, I mean, it's not close. Everything is just far different. The Ys are, all of a sudden you're going to make your Y like that. Fine, fair. But the point, they either don't know, or maybe they just forgot, or they're new, is that in the 90s, the FBI went after something called Operation Bullpen, where it's proven there's tons of fake autographs. And more recently, just this past summer, and you could see this hit ESPN, Fox Business, CBS Sports. And this was the sports memorabilia $350 million scandal, where the guy ends up offing himself. And here we are, and we haven't heard shit about this. So either stuff is being investigated that we don't know about, or it's being kept to see. Like, I haven't heard anything. I haven't found any news. When you Google it, nothing new comes up. It's all back from July. But the reason why, when you see an auto like this, that's so far different than what it should be, instead of giving the benefit of the doubt, which is just crazy in my opinion, when Operation Bullpen is known to happen, or this scandal from this summer is known to happen, where it's just tons and $350 million worth of fake autographs, basically, so yeah, man, they're out there. Just like the fake cards from China, which I did a video over summer. I bought cards from China. dude, they're right there. And we're going to see later coming up that, like, card shops are seeing more and more pretty good fakes come in every week. Nobody's talking about it. The big change coming to Target. Target's going to have more cards, more cards. The cards are already starting to sit there. You saw this in the 90s and 2000s where all the different all the different retail started having cards. So we'll see how this works. I think it's more of a beginning to the end. And maybe it won't be more sports cards. Maybe it'll be more Pokemon, more TCG. I'm not quite sure, but I feel in the next 5 years, a lot of these places, these retail places that had sports cards won't have them in 5 years. And maybe I'm way off. McDonald's is putting out a set March 17th. So is that already out? But when you see McDonald's pumping it, are they late to the party, or does it show you we're at the peak of the party? McDonald's has been around for decades. They're picking up on what's the trend and what's the fad. And right now it's cards. And in 5, 10, 15 years, it won't be cards anymore. It'll be something else. And again, another red flag, that the danger point here, that McDonald's is making a big deal of cards. And I don't even think, I don't think it's Pokemon this time. I think they're coming out with their own fucking cards, man. All right. Then you have more cultivated. I would assume Tom Brady's going to be at WrestleMania, the way they're making this look organic and real and fanatics based. But, Tom Brady's sitting here. He's just opening a mystery box?
Oh, this guy.
Oh, no.
Stop it.
This guy.
Logan Paul, rookie out of 50.
After me talking all this about, how do you have a rookie card? You're not even an athlete.
Oh, my God.
Just kidding, Logan. Well,
I mean, that just, and then the back and forth, it's all staged hype. It's to sell. They're both clearly in on cards and fanatics. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Brady at WrestleMania as well. So, and then you have, again, Logan Paul that say, okay, now we're going to clap back. And it's just a whole story, a whole fun game for them to sell shit.
What do you want, Tom?
nothing.
Say something. You got a lot to say on my podcast. Now you got nothing to say?
I got nothing to say to you right now.
We might have a fight this weekend.
Okay.
WWE can't stop me from
You might wear a helmet because that ball
field.
might get loose in my hand, and if you're not paying attention.
Bro, you're talking about a ball.
I mean, it's fun. It's funny. It's fun. It's also staged and cultivated and not organic as they're making it seem.
Oh, I'm talking about fighting.
Hey, man, what the fuck is happening, man?
What do you want, Tom?
Yeah. And Kevin Hart, maybe you like him, maybe you don't, but a lot of people, I'm not going to say he's a industry plant or someone that got put there, but the guy, he belongs there. He takes any advertisement, any endorsement he can get. That's exactly what these two guys are as well. So let's click these off as we go. All right, we'll get into ranking or the deep dive into some of these sets here in just a minute. I think it's going to be great, but I don't know. I prep for. We'll see how it goes. It'll be a little different than normal, I think, but I think it's something that should be talked about. If you're modern or not, I'm not that much into this stuff because you'll see why. It's a dime a dozen. It's all the same. It's more and more and more. But I don't know why Adam Gray pushes so hard for this. I don't know why he continues in every post to just show. Why don't you show the real hits in the product? Product being open and how bad it is. So yes, you do have cards like this, and 99.99999% of us will never play in this world. This is all a push to the big money. It's all they don't get. Eventually, their goal is to treat it as fine art, and everybody else is just there with the stuff you'd find at the thrift shop. I mean, it's clear in the pricing. It's clear in how some of these people push it. Or maybe he just has high-end cards, and so it's good for his high-end cards, but it's constant. And again, this is what I'm talking about. In 2018, this card's $373. Now, obviously, we had the COVID bump and everything went up, and now it's $28,000. So, that's just not what stocks do. It's not what reasonable or logical investments do. And I love Steph Curry cards and believe in Steph Curry cards heavily. I think it's one of the best years of the past 20 years where it's underprinted. There's not much of it. There's not many different rookie cards. He's clearly a legend. Who's in that same draft class? James Harden. I'm not saying go buy James Harden. Curry's a special player, but whenever you see $373 to $28,000, yeah, man, any smart person that invests money, they're going to get on the hype train too, possibly, and ride it out or play it. But this is a huge red flag. It's not how things work. So, all right, where are we at? And then for some reason, that's Blez, right? Blez over with Ruben and Brady. What's happening here? I don't know. I think this is the fucking Fanatics football game, maybe. I don't know what this is. The after party. Mama Breaks was definitely at the Fanatics football game. Why not? Of course. Would you expect any less? She's not up in the stands either. Right down there, right front and center. She's getting treated well. Oh no, now she's in the stands. All right, not the best seats. That's a good picture. So okay, they're pushing. They're trying. They got billions of dollars. You know, they have deals with the big sports companies, but it doesn't mean that this is all going to work out how they want. Also, they're making sure you know that one of the most rare Tom Brady finest cards in existence, auctioning now and ending soon. Go spend your money now, just like last time. What's changed in the past 5 years? What's changed about Tom Brady? You know, I can back in 2021, his cards went crazy stupid. All right, he goes to Tampa, he wins a Super Bowl. All right, he's developed a whole new fan base. Sure, we're still hot on Brady. But nothing's changed in the past 4 or 5 years except the manipulation has gotten to an all-time high. And good luck with this shit, man. I'm not saying it's never going to be valuable. It will be valuable. Is it worth what it's worth, what they're pushing and pumping at it today? No. And his cards did fall. His prices skyrocketed high. And yes, even the legend Tom Brady had his prices crash down. And they're just making sure. Again, Ohtani has his cards more than doubled since last year. What the fuck changed? They didn't go to the champion. They didn't go to the World Baseball. He did win another World Series, but this is coming off a 50-50 year, a World Series year. You know, okay, I mean, to double, it's just weird. A $2 million sale. They're making sure everyone knows it. Well, guess what? Danhausen, he's cursed Aaron Judge. So we'll see what happens coming up with Aaron Judge stuff. Okay, I'm going to play a couple nincompoop takes, a couple ridiculous, no clue, and then we'll get into the ranking. What are we, 20 minutes? Yeah.
Similar thing with Justin Fields. Justin Fields with the Chiefs. I mean, the reality is Justin Fields could be the week 1 starter for the Kansas City Chiefs. And the reason why is because Patrick Mahomes could be back from his knee surgery, but he might not be back. I mean, Patrick Mahomes could go on the PUP list. He could come back week 2, week 3, week 4. We don't know.
Hey, invest in it like it's the stock market, man. That's what he's doing. Same thing with Grant. That's what they don't know. They've been sold this dream. They don't know any better. Here's another guy who's now trying to talk to you about Bowman basketball boxes because he has a little insider. But the dude knows nothing about sports and nothing about the industry. And he gets sensitive when I say that. If I'm going to keep seeing your content everywhere, I'm allowed to criticize it or critique it. In the 4 or 5 years you've been on that podcast, you've learned nothing about sports. You haven't even tried to take the time to learn about sports.
8,000 checkouts, basically amounting to over.
It's just a story he wants to run.
There isn't going to be NBA competing, no NFL, no NHL, no baseball. It's WNBA and WWE and NASCAR. UFC.
Should we end the show? It's WNBA, UFC, and NASCAR. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
I want to say
there's a lot of the soccer world.
Dude, and this is the thing. I don't know if this will catch on. I don't know if this gets any views. They're just young dudes that I don't know any better. It's their lane. Hey, well, is this We the Hobby? Is this We the Hobby? Oh, my God. And this is what they're telling you. Just so they could sell more shit. No, man. No. Terrible take. And you're supposed to know. You're supposed to be a leader in the space. No, man. They're salesmen.
Still with the panini.
Yeah. They are salesmen. This is a terrible take. And they're supposed to know cards. Absolutely horrific take. This is a paid for take. I sell cards take. I'm a salesman take. This is a garbage take. And I'm a WWE fan that buys. The boxes are way too expensive, and we'll get into it in about 2 minutes.
But I think WNBA is going to be the top.
Right
that
now,
and UFC are going to be the top 2 sports that are going to be
in the
with
future
Panini.
draft class. Like, dude, give me Juju and her
Yes,
WNBA.
dude, Juju
like,
Watkins
at
stuff is
some
going to
point.
go crazy.
Like you
Propaganda. Come on, man. Come on. I want to save those. I do have them all saved, and we'll get to them in years. Here's another guy that just, every time I see this guy has a post, it's like the most generic, obvious, easy. Kobe and Shaq will always be one of the safest, iconic duo bets in the hobby. Their legacy's too big and too important to fade. Hey, now you know. Now, genius. True genius. Like I said, this guy, I've been doing it. I even bought cards from China to make a video to show you. I've been warning about fake cards from China for almost a year. Now it's a reality. For almost a year now, I've been warning, At first, people said it was overblown. Of course, it's not overblown. Now it's being reported on. Shops are seeing fakes walk in weekly. Even federal cases are surfacing involving fake graded cards and forged slabs. This isn't a theory anymore. It's happening. It's been happening. I don't think it was ever a theory, and it's only a matter of time until an absolute huge scandal breaks on this. Where there's money to be made, it happens in art, it happens in wine. Of course, it's happening here right now under our nose. And it's not a hot take. It is happening, no doubt about it. And again, the other Fanatics and Tops and Sports Cards, you're underestimating your competition. One of their goals, is to bring more. Hey, Kevin O'Leary's a part of this. I watched Shark Tank growing up. It's like if you're only going to appeal to half the demographic, you lose 50% of the market. If you're only appealing to men or only appealing to women. Now, babies and kids is different because people keep recycling, and that's much different. Weddings, people are recycling, but sports cards to 10x. Yes, some of the hope was to attract more females into sports cards, but TCG just naturally brings and it is a mix, and there are far more participating. And I think, right now you propping up your thing is helping it all, and then but it all coexists in such a weird way. But yes, clearly far more successful, far more in numbers with females in the TCG world. No doubt about it. All right. The Ringer came out with a really good article. It hasn't been updated since February 24th. It's their top 100 players, and they do a really good breakdown. We're not going to get into this right now, but eventually, if there's time on the show or another time, or you go look at it yourself, it's a very good article. Wemby moved from up to third in the NBA. They have Luka as fourth. Anyways, all right. What I prepared this whole time, staying up way too late doing this. So these are the 9 products we're going to do. We're going to start with Topps Chrome Baseball. And then I don't remember quite the order, but we have Topps Finest Basketball. I think this is Topps Icons, Basketball 3. I don't know. Not sure. Bowman Draft Sapphire, Prism, Panini Prism Football, Topps Chrome Basketball, WWE Topps Finest, and Topps Finest Baseball. So we have a great buy, which I can't imagine I put anything there. I'm going to try to be as fair. I hate this gimmick that they had, the scheme, how hard it is to see through, but I'm going to try to be as fair as possible and put them where I'm going to try to be fair. So worth it. In-N-Out Burger is worth it every time. If you don't live in a state with In-N-Out Burger, I'm sorry for you. If you never had In-N-Out Burger, what are you doing with your life? Only if you love it. Bad value, you're playing the lotto, and absolute trash. So we're starting with Topps Chrome. I saw a post earlier today. Don't you remember? I missed the days when Topps Chrome hobby box was $60, $80. The jumbo was $150, $120 is what they put. I'm reading the post, so I don't know how long ago that was. It seems $60, $80 for a hobby box. That seems different world. It seems like forever ago, and maybe only 6 or 7 years ago. So this is the price. We have $228, buys you a hobby box. I looked at it. It's about the same price as it was when this product came out 6 months ago. And for each one of these, or for some of them, we'll watch about 30 seconds of someone opening the product just to get a feel for it, and we'll continue.
Magic. Chrome always makes you believe here, all right? Here we go.
Oh, I can't even. I can't watch, and it's running slow. Maybe we'll skip that part. I don't know why it's running slow, but also just the crinkling of the pack. Shut up. All right. So Topps Chrome Baseball, and we'll try again. That one was running a little slow and he bothered me. But we have $3.25. So if you buy a hobby box for $228, it comes with one autograph, one basically hit. And yes, you can get a few other things, but that's the hit you're looking for. That's the one you're banking on, is the autograph. And so as we look, 9 out of 10 times, maybe more often, and maybe you'll get something a little more expensive than this. This counts as your hit, this $3 card where they say, hey, yeah, you're getting something back in return for that. For $200-something, you're getting a $3 autograph. That's your hit, $3. Or here to the right, you have a $7 hit, $7. And then Max Fried is one of the best pitchers in baseball right now. Absolute great pitcher. This is out of 25 out of this product. It's serial number to 25. Orange refractor, one of the best pitchers in baseball right now, and it sells for $70. So even when you do get, like, if you hit that out of a box, you're probably thinking, fuck yeah. It's numbered to 25. Did I miss something? Okay, I might have missed some. It's numbered to 25. Was Frank hopping on here? I feel like I saw someone leave and come on. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. It's numbered to 25. It's max freed. It's $70. So you didn't.
Cooking, man. Sorry.
No, go.
Give the mojo a couple more minutes. It's funny. It's funny. Trust me.
I'm trying to not do so much funny right now, though. But you want to?
Okay.
It's worth watching.
I'm just saying. Circle back to it. It's funny. I did all these specifically just to have a little bit of comedy and whatever.
All right, let's take a look.
Magic. Chrome always makes you believe here. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm opening.
I can't even
crazy
like
right now.
I don't care to watch
Go to the end.
open
Go to the end with him on. He's come on.
I mean, we can see the product as he goes through it, but sure, no, I'm not going to end it.
See you in Tahoe.
I'm just
see you in Tahoe.
Rookie, glad to pull that. Harrison
hey
Barnes,
now.
color match blue.
What?
Neek
Where'd this guy
Clifford
come from?
refractor. And the Con Canoopal Destiny rookies right there. Oh my god, I didn't even show the highlight. I'm so sorry. The highlight of this box was the Ace Bailey goal. Excuse me, yellow out of 75. I'm going to send this to people.
Of course, he got an Ace Bailey out of 75 in the box, which is incredibly impossible and very rarely happens. Of course.
Gold. No, yellow.
Yeah. Well, the gold's out of 50, I think. So, and now they're making the yellow look like the gold. That's stupid and on purpose. Frank. All right.
PSA. I'll let you guys know what it gets. If this gets a 10, we made our money back on the box. If it gets a 9, we'll still be okay.
And it's very rare to make your money back on the box. Incredibly rare. So this is what someone posted when it came out. I mean, 166 rookie autographs is just insane. And there's maybe 5 guys you'd actually want out of those 166. And you got to remember, all of those 166 have a zillion parallels and a zillion numbered cards. So the depth of how much this was printed is unreal. I mean, it's literally unreal. Not to mention how it's only 1 auto per box, going away from the 2 in a hobby and 5 in a jumbo format a few years ago. While the price hasn't dropped, it's ridiculous. The oversaturation of cards keeps getting worse, and somehow the price to open boxes and packs continues to go up. Shame is so many people have been priced out of the hobby, and it's taken some of the fun because you see it. You see as Adam Gray or Topps Value, oh, it's $2 million card. And so now these other idiots who don't know anything, the general public, can't blame them. They're not card people. Oh, I could go get that. Let's play. And they end up getting not much, almost nothing. But what happens is it keeps some of the hype and the FOMO around. And so James Wood, who's one of the better rookies in the product, this is a number to 199. What are we calling it? Some fancy name. An Aqua Refractor was $132, or is. This was sold March 23rd. So it's $130. And the odds of getting one of the best rookies in the product, serial number card, extremely impossible, very rare. And so, it makes a lot more sense to just go spend $130 than $230, get the good cards you want, and then the other $100, go put in the stock market, go have yourself a nice dinner, treat yourself. I mean, literally, you're going to save yourself $100. And this guy understands. I'll just buy the James Wood auto for the price of the hobby box. Not a great checklist. And under him, yes, this guy understands how to play the game. So who the fuck's opening this stuff anymore? The more and more people are going to get turned off by it because they hit nothing. And in the video I made today, there's comments, I didn't get to take them yet, that say just that. I bought this. I got a case hit. It was worth $20. I'll never buy again. So yes, they're going to continue to pump and push the huge cards to you, the big sales, when in reality, that's not what comes out of the product. And so you can see here another huge, one of the biggest rookies in the set. Well, at a 125, which is, again, incredibly tough card to pull. But if you did, you'd feel like, shit, man, I hit. I made up for the box. I won. And you didn't. The box costs $230, and this is a $76 card in the middle at a $199. It's a $110 card. So, I mean, and then again, over here at number to 35, his Topps Chrome rookie, Autograph number to 35. They're calling it the orange black lava lamp. Fucking stupid. And it still doesn't make up for the box price. And if you hit that card, you're ecstatic. You pulled one of the guys you're looking for. You pulled their card number to 35. And you still didn't, you just made up for the price of the box. Now, what this does have in it are these, and I'm pretty sure, so, I was doing some research. It's hard to know exactly. We obviously saw the Judge Ohtani just sell for $2 million. I think the Ohtani sold for $3 million. So, that's why you're going to get shit. Most of the people that buy are just going to be turned off. But there's this lotto, and right now we're in a place where everyone's assuming. I have a lot of conversations. I read a lot of this stuff. People are assuming they're here for the gamble. And I disagree. I think there are far better gambles, far more transparent. I think what happens is they're working so hard to bring in the new people, almost turning a lot of us veterans or people that love it off. We participate a different way. I'm not going to even, in 2017-18, I still bought modern stuff. And then it was like, what's the point? It's just so much of it. And the prices started to go way up. And it's not just about how high the prices are. It's just so much of it. A lot of it's junk. Most of it is junk. And so again, just so you understand, Ronald Acuna, one of the best players in Major League Baseball. I know he's injury prone, but he's one of the guys you want to collect. This is numbered to 25. Alt Etch Orange. And it sold for $150. So I'm conflicted where I want to put Topps Chrome, because if we look at the checklist, I think this is somewhere I should have started, and I want to start here with all these. So when it came out, let's see, a hobby box with one auto was selling for $200. So it's gone up a little in price. No, release day pricing was $240 for a hobby box, about the same. And what do you give? And that's my other question. Didn't the top, the Topps base product that just came out, the paper, the flagship, wasn't it also this same price? And it's not Topps Chrome, and it doesn't have the big cards in it. It has the mantle chase. They're going to continue throwing gimmicks, but why is it the same price, hobby box wise, as this? And you're not even, I don't think you're guaranteed an auto. You're guaranteed a relic and auto. We're seeing so many stories of, we just got relics in 6 boxes for whatever reason. So I don't understand why this would be the same price as the Topps flagship, and how they can even sell that to people. How do people buy that? I don't understand it. For the mantle chase, I don't get it. I really don't get it. So there's over 300 cards in this base set. 296 of them are not worth any money. And this is where I have a hard time. Some of the sets we're going to look at don't go this long of a list, but you have the refractors. And I find it fascinating. We're here. It's nuanced. Let's do it. It is nuanced. It's boring. It's not what you're not going to make a 12-minute video and be successful explaining this to people. Now on the live here, it's a bit different. And that's kind of why I wanted to do some of this live. That video I made did not go deep enough or hammer home enough what I wanted to talk about. And it's like these refractors. Okay, they're 1 in 3 in a hobby. They're 1 in 1 in a jumbo, and you're going to get 3 of them in a breaker box. And when we go to autographs, it's a crazy disparity of what's going on in these breaker to light boxes versus what's going on in the hobby box. Just for a basic refractor, as we move to things that are more rare, you're going to find in the breaker product, for instance, let's go to something really rare. I'm just going to, now I don't see it. All right. So I should have had this better prepared, but the blue lava refractor is 1 in every 150. Blue lava refractor is numbered to 150. You'll get it in 1 in every 150 hobby boxes, 1 in every 65 jumbo boxes. And this did not come in the Breaker's Delight. So that's not worth it. And so here is is a better one. Aqua refractor numbered to 199. It's going to come in 1 in every 150 hobby boxes. It's going to come in 1 in every 50 jumbo boxes. But what we're seeing on screen and what they're giving to their breakers, if you're going to spend the extra money, and that's what the breakers are going to do for that product, it comes 1 in every 6. So when it looks like this, oh my God, well, yeah, it's in their product a hell of a lot more than it's in the product the public is buying. And this is another new, it's almost like the terms of service. This is the fine print. It's boring, but it's very telling on what's happening. You're not getting the same product. Your chance of hitting what they're hitting based off just their stats are way, way worse. It's still no excuse to hit 5 debut patches from Filth Bomb, but the odds for them are far better. No, the math still doesn't work for them, but it's not 1-to-1. It's not even close to equal. And look at all these it just shows you how much shit is in these products. Because not only do they have the regular card that's, 2 or 3 in every box, they have every one of these damn prisms and refractors. And that's not even the whole list. Then there's all the inserts and the insert refractors and the insert serial numbers and parallels. And so that, I have trouble rating this one. I was going to be generous. This is the first one we're going to do. I was like, all right, it's some of these cards are still in the set or in the boxes for $220. Now, are these cards more likely to go in the Breaker Delight? Are they more likely to go in the hobby boxes? Do you know? Are they only in the hobby boxes? Are they in the other stuff? I'm not sure. Very special. I don't see it there. For those who participate in the buyback program. In particular, Aaron Judge. All right, I don't know. So these are still in the product. So there is something there. Hobby boxes are 4 cards a pack for Blinks05 who's been here a while, becomes a member. I appreciate it. Members keep ticking up a little. I think we're around 60-ish. Then you lose some after a month. Some people bought other people memberships. That was really kind. New members always awesome. So, there's 4 cards. You're getting 80 cards. And that's another nuance that every year, every few years, it's gone from, 4 cards per pack, and maybe Topps Chrome's always been less cards. And maybe it's always been 80 cards. I'd assume at some point there was more cards in the packs, whether it was 5, 6, maybe it was 24 packs, and maybe I'm just wrong, but I don't know. Now that's kind of the rundown. There's one. How long are these going to last? We're going that long. All right. Let's take a look. No, is that the checklist again? I don't want to look at the checklist. I want to look at, I don't have it here for this. That's all right. We'll do it for the next one. There it is. The last thing I want to do for these sets, and here's Ronald Acuna to prove a point. It's a little hard with Topps Chrome because then basketball comes up and soccer comes up. But, Acuna autograph number to 75. That's the Cosmic. We did this one. So here's one out of Topps Chrome, dual autos, him and his brother, and it's sold for $200. It doesn't even pay for the box. And there are some, of course, that do, so here's a Topps silver pack. No, is this top, it's a little hard with this Topps Chrome. We're not getting fed all the just Topps Chrome stuff. So here's his 1 of 1. So if you hit his 1 of 1, you're thinking you're rich. That's the way it's portrayed. You hit the fucking, not only a 1 of 1, you hit the 1 of 1 of Ronald Acuna, who's one of the few players in the league that really is worth possibly collecting. A big name in the league. I know, injury prone. And it's sold for $1,000 or $1,100. So you 5x your money. You're going to put into more product most likely if you sell this card. But the point is, you didn't get rich. It's not on a scratcher or in the slots. The upside, sure, there's bigger cards than this, but this is a huge card. It's a 1 of 1. Imagine when we look up other 1 of 1s that aren't Ronald Acuna, and we will, and what those prices go for. Not $1,100. And so let's just go to recent sales. Let's get rid of Acuna. The problem is we're gonna find a lot of basketball and baseball or soccer. So for instance, and we'll end this here. Sorry, still getting sick. A rookie This is Topps Chrome Black. So this might have came out of a different product. I'm not sure if it comes out of the same thing. Maybe the different product, but still proves the same point. It's numbered to 50. You're excited. You hit this gold numbered to 50. It's what you're looking for. It's autographed. And it's sold for $11 fucking dollars. So, you know, the industry or the people in the business or the people that want to keep selling you cards or making it look big, they're only showing you the creme de la creme, incredibly impossible to hit. We even wonder how sometimes one of those are hit. So where do I rank this set? That's, you know, it does have some of the good stuff, you know, those big cards. And so, and I almost can't imagine I put some of these higher than it just because it does have those cards and it's only a $200 box. Most of these other boxes here, the minimum's $400. We climb all the way to $1,000. So for this Topps Chrome would be the same price as the recent Topps paper. You know, and I know Topps Chrome used to be cheaper, but we are where we are at this point. I put it in between bad value or only if you love it, because most likely if you buy this box, you're going to get bent over. But, you know, some people just love Topps Chrome. It's their product. It's not a $400 box. It's the same price. And again, do I think I'm not advocating to go buy it because I don't think you'll do well. And I think you get the card you want for cheaper than the entire box and the cards you want. But it has the patch logo, man, or those big cards. It's a $200, not $1,000 or $400. It's selling for the same price as Topps paper. So I'm going to put it only if you love it or bad value. You know, Ziggy mentions Chrome is a Topps product you only buy, or I buy in breaks maybe. You know, the thing is that all these are just for breaks. That's it. And the breakers are going to make their money and you're going to do a little bit better than if you would have spent $200 on the box because you're not going to, you know, hopefully your spot's a lot cheaper. It's, you know, it's still not a good product. It's still going to have a lot of losses. And fine, Ziggy, maybe you know the team to buy. So what about the other 28 participants in the break that don't buy the right team because they're going to get skunked or it's not good value or it's not good upside or there's a lot of downside? And I'm not going to probably be as kind to the rest of these products, but for Topps Chrome, the price, the big chases, and it's a flagship product, and it's a bit ridiculous that the new paper product is the same price. All right, I'm repeating myself. Let's get to our next product. What do we got? Topps Finest Baseball. So we'll do comparison. We'll move on from baseball after this. Might get thrown in later. And again, this is more expensive. For some reason, Topps Finest, which Topps Chrome has aged better over the years, even though I'm a Topps Finest guy, this box without the humongous chase is $500. And I want to show you on the right here, you pull a black refractor Mookie fucking Betts. Yes, the effing does need to be thrown in for the oomph because this is insane. This is insanity. This is what no one shows you. And also it doesn't get views on YouTube. It's not social media friendly on a live. It's a great place to do, but it's $300. It's Mookie Betts, black refractor out of 15. You think, oh my God, I hit. And this is my point. And fine, I can't speak for the breaks. For the people that like buying boxes or the people that get into the hobby buying boxes and they pull this and they think, oh my God, I did it. I'm going to make some money. We'll have some fun. No, bro, you didn't even pay for the box and you hit an extremely rare, one of the most collectible players in the league. So imagine what the other out of 15 cards sell for. The guys you've never heard of that make up most of the box. All right.
Is that supposed to be like a bullfrog back there? Can't be a bullfrog.
Videos are running on. Excuse me. What just happened? Are we still live?
Is that supposed to be like a bullfrog back there? Can't be a bull.
I don't know. That was a scary moment. I don't know what's going on. Let's try to play this one more time. I thought I lost you for a sec.
Is that supposed to be like a bullfrog back there? Can't be a bullfrog.
The other thing they're doing is, yes, there are some cool, neat, niche cards, pretty cards. It doesn't mean they're valuable at all. Do you know how many shiny Pokemon cards are worth a penny? It's just a lot of they're trying to make good for them. They've made the product look prettier, sometimes a little too pretty, sometimes a little too much, sometimes a little too ugly. But sure, I'll give them credit. They've leaned into the shiny. Panini notices, okay, One Piece manga cards are selling crazy. We'll go into that trend and that fad. That's what they're going to keep doing, chasing the trend and fad and leaving behind what you thought was the important card.
I mean, I see the percentages and everything. That's just like a... What is that back there? Luis Acuna on the bullish. I don't believe that's a case hit, but that is kind of a cool insert. Kind of new.
A case hit. You know what that sells for? Jack shit. And it's his rookie card.
That's definitely new.
It didn't make I don't know if it sells for jack shit. I guarantee you, we can look it up. It didn't sell for the price of the box. I would put it didn't pay for half of the box. Probably a quarter of the box.
The finest lineup. Haven't seen anything remotely close to that I can recall. We have Gleyber Torres, Freddie Freeman to 350. Creator.
Again, I'm not in love with that base right there. That doesn't scream finest to me. Just me.
There's a Brooks Lee, Ha-Sung Kim, and we are going to end today with Matt Olson.
Your whole nickel card there, in a $400 product. The prices of those nickel cards and dime cards didn't get any better. Like, it was a nickel and dime 10 years ago when the box was $60, $80, $150, and it's still a nickel and dime today. And the majority of the box is made up of just that. All right, so we're starting with another Brave, Ozzy Albies. Maybe his peak's over, the hype of him is over, but when he came into the league, the hype was there. If he came in the league today, he'd be one of those young stars you're thinking about. And at it, you pull a serial number Ozzy Albies out of 200. It's numbered to 200. They're magenta refractor. It sold for $3. In the middle, Topps Finest out of 150, $4.50. Serial number cards don't mean shit. And I'm going to tell you what, even if the 5 of 5s are selling right now or out of 1, the more they print the cards, the more sets they come out with year over year over year. And I mentioned it to Mahan and he played kind of dumb. You're watering down your product. And then on top of that, you have companies like Wildcard and Leaf, where their whole business model is to just create 7,000 Caleb Williams serial number to 10 or serial number to 5. So sure, they're serial number to 5 or 10, but you made 7,000 different ones. It's not just you watering it down. It's also your competition. And yes, that's exactly what you were doing. Just because you pull and out of 49 out of Topps Finest, a $500 box of a relevant player, it sold for $5. Good luck making your money back on the product. Again, Jose Ramirez. I had my fantasy draft. All the key, we have a keeper league. There was 3 guys above everybody else. Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, and our guy Jose Ramirez, who we paid for. We might have had to overpay a little, but I wanted to get one of the top 3. I wish it was Judge. $277, and they paid to grade it. So it's not just they hit it. They paid whatever turnaround, however they did it. They paid another $30 to $60 to $100 to grade the damn card. And it sold for $277, a little over half the price of the box. And when you pull a Jose Ramirez of this insert that looks kind of neat, and it's numbered to 25, you expect when you pull that to have covered the cost of the box. You expect when you pull that you did really well. And you didn't. And again, we'll point to the black refractor. Last one I'll do, Jacob Wilson of my A's, his rookie card. Numbered to, isn't this numbered? No, blue refractor. Yeah, serial numbered to 99. One of the better rookies in the class. Dude can hit, not for power, but he gets on base. It's $96. Okay, it graded a 9. So they paid for it to get graded on top of it. And after sales fees, what did this card net them? $65? $60? So the box prices suck. Okay, you can point to the one big crazy hit or the couple dozen hits. Overall, that's not what you're going to get. You're going to get skunked. And to Ziggy, who says he buys into breaks and has a strategy and does like a poke and picks the right team. Well, what about to the other 25 to 29 spots in that break where they don't pick the right team? You didn't pick that team on purpose. All right, now we have some legends. Fergie, Jenk, and this is where all this shit's heading. Like, use your brain. These are legends. These were the best players in the league of their time. And their autographs sell for under $20. The shit that's produced now, just because they're in the league, this is where it's going to go. So be careful buying any of it. Flip it while you can. Sell it. Get rid of it while you can, because the next generation will not care. And the other thing is over the past 20 years, there wasn't a ton of this stuff pumped. From 1990 to 2010, or even 2015, 2020, there wasn't a lot of this being produced. And what's going to happen over the next 5, 10, 15 years is they're just going to produce more and more of these autographs, which means they're even going to be cheaper. They are not worth what you think, and this proves it. Do we want to do the checklist? Maybe. I do want to do this to prove a point. Maybe it'll backfire. But here's Topps Finest. What it was autos? Yes. Just the auto recent sales. This is what you're most likely is completely random. Just the recent sales. So out of the box you bought, you got a Mason Miller auto that's worth $32 that you spent $500 on that box. Out of the box you bought. Oh, shit. You pulled another Mason Miller. This one's out of $125. Sold for less. Sold for $25. Ooh, this is a big one. You made $2 on your hit on a $500 box. And I didn't do anything. These are the most recent sales. I'm not cherry picking here. We're scrolling down. I haven't seen one's hit for more than $20 yet. $23. Happens to be Mason Miller again. Hilarious. $25 Dalton Rushing. Here's that Andrew Jones for $20. Here's your $6 hit of a rookie numbered to 50. And it sold for $6. So what makes for good videos, what makes for good sales, what makes for good camera is showing you the expensive shit and not what comes out of this stuff. And I'd argue if you're buying into a ton of breaks, you should check yourself. You might have a problem. And Ziggy, you know I love you. But what I'm seeing here, there's not, most of the stuff you're going to get has no value. What sold for $53? John Smoltz Gold, numbered to 50, sold for the most expensive we've seen yet, $53. And he's a legend. One of the best pitchers. He did it in the starting rotation, he did it in the bullpen. He did it for a decade and a half, maybe more. It seemed like he played forever, maybe 2 decades. But it's not where the FOMO is. It's not where the hype is. And it's not where the sales job is. And the more and more of every set, they put out another John Smoltz autograph serial number card. Eventually, we're finding these in dollar bins. And I'm not being like, I'm not trying hyperbole there. Maybe not the gold to 50, but eventually you're going to see a John Smoltz auto in a dollar bin. Dollar bins are just going to be full of autograph cards. Maybe they'll be $2 bins. And I'm not talking the junk autos, some actual players. Because they just keep Andre Dawson, $32. Now, what I do want to do, let's look up the most expensive cards ever sold out of this product. And I knew today would be a different show, and I'm going to run out of time. So I'm going to have to go over the other sets quicker. And that's maybe for the best for you. But at Eddie McPigskin might call in around 6:15. And then at 6:30, this guy that has a PSA story is calling in. I haven't talked too much. He does make content in TCG world. And so he's going to come on and we'll get his story and I'll get to react. So the most bro, not all, I'm putting this one real. This is trash. This is trash product. Trash. The best. Case closed. Thank you very much. The best you can do is 5x your money, and that's worse than a jackpot odds. The most expensive card sold for $2,200, and it was a mystery redemption. I don't know. The next most expensive card, which is a Skeens card, a redemption, $1,500 out of a 5. Normally is not the case. We see much higher value in the high product. And look how quickly Is this just auto? Do I still just okay? All right, fair. This is gonna be different. This will be different. Not by much. Holy cow, maybe not. I got rid of the word auto. And what do we have? A $1,200 one of one. So you hit the Ishiro, the biggest card in the set, one, price wise, one of one, and you doubled your money. Maybe you bought 2 boxes and you skunked the other one, so you make back your money. Maybe you bought a case and it just helped you make up for the price of the case. Because you could see how quickly there was maybe 10 cards. Now we're getting to 20 cards that are actually worth more than the box. That's insanity. And I looked at some of these for the other sets. I guess I didn't for this. Normally, yeah, there's some higher end stuff. This set has no higher end stuff, and it's all confusing, and you never know, and there's not something out there showing you, okay, you could hit 7 cards that are above the box price that double your money. You get 12 cards that kind of make you a little $250, and then everything else, there's 100 cards you'll break even, everything else you lose money. That's crazy. All right, so I've seen enough on this Topps Finest product. It is trash. That is terrible. You're not even playing the lotto. There's nothing to hit. Yeah, that was telling. All right, we are going to have to speed through some of the rest, and maybe that's for the best. It looks like what Topps Basketball Finest is up next. Let's see what Blaze. Oh.
Wemby.
Frank, these were too long.
Scoot, he's playing good to 150. Wow, no way. That's the case.
Hey, big shout out to Frank. You know, Rhonda, the moderator, all the love as well. Huge support, huge love. Yes, Frank has gone above and beyond to support this channel. Let me just tell you on the back end. Above and beyond. Hit the like button. I don't think we're not going to make it here. I think the most likes we've ever had in live is about 180. I'd love to get to 200. I don't push it out, tell you to hit the like button during the live. Hit the like button for Frank. There's 150 people in here. Frank's been doing a lot of work. These are a little too long, Frank. He did it on spur of the moment. They're not ugly looking cards. They don't scream finest to me, but they're not ugly. And some might disagree and say, yeah, there's too much there, too much shiny.
It's Sandra. Wow.
And they just make everything. Wow. No matter what. The Pac-Man this morning, the video we showed, no matter what. Wow. A Dirk to 175. Wow. To 70. Oh my God.
Oh. It's my favorite player on the planet, arguably my favorite person on the planet right there. Edwards case hit, first box.
Case hit, and the case hits don't even pay for the box. Normally not even close.
Those cards are just beautiful.
I have a lot I want to get to, so let's keep it moving. I'm not going to go back to Carl Outer much. I'm not going to show you all the odds, which are just terrible. It gets worse. That Topps Chrome basketball product, which will do us, is absolutely the worst compared to what's in those breaker to light boxes, compared to what's sold to the public or what you're going to buy if you do buy a hobby box. So again, you hit a Shaq. I like that card. That's a pretty card. It's $13 and it'll go down in value because they're just going to continue to print more of them. Clyde the Glide, numbered to 15, one of the best NBA players, top 50 NBA player, $78. Sean Kemp, I saw one go for $12. I was nice enough to put the $20 one. How much was this product? $740. $740. How many autos do you get? 1, 2, 1 autograph, 2 autographs per box. So you pull the Glide, $78. All right, it's $80. That's decent. And then let's say you pull this rookie over here, which is most likely what's going to happen. It's $3. So in your 2 hits, you made $82 on a $700 product. And again, I picked a lot of these cards for a reason. Jalen Brunson, New York, has a lot of love. Not saying he's hugely collected. It's a sky blue refractor, number to 150. It doesn't matter how fancy they make the name. It sold for $5. And it'll go down in value. The Shea, $7.50. Number to 150. Cool looking card. Maybe not, depending who you are. We have one of the better rookies, Derek Queen. His gold auto. Ooh, I pulled the Derek Queen gold auto. Good hype, good prospect, good rookie. Numbered to 50, the gold. It sold for $60. It's a $740 product. His base, so what is this? His base? I don't know. No, refractor, number to 200, $10. Colin Cowherd, Blue Reds boy, number to 99. The best, some of the better rookies in the class. It's just not Knipple and it's not Flag. And even if you did hit a huge card, Wembanyama, number to 25, it didn't pay for half the box. You pull the big Cooper Flag rookie, you're ecstatic. It's numbered to 150. You did it. You didn't even pay for a third of the box. You hit another Flag, number to 125, sold for 125. Topps Finest, we're not going to do a huge deep dive because we're going to run out of time. So it's a little harder for me to judge. Nope, that's WWE. To do a fair judge, I kind of got to look more. Did I miss Topps Finest? I find it to be trash. Do we have time? I kind of want to dig into this. That's not it. Let's just take a quick look at its all-time, the biggest cards coming out of there. I'd assume much bigger because why? Knipple and Flag are in this, and so it's going to make it more expensive. So dates sold, you have a $4 out of 99 there. You have a $10 there, a $61. So, not huge. Now let's do the highest price. Now the problem is if I do 26 and add that, that'll help. So a $20,000 out of 5 is a $750 box. That's a decent. The biggest card got you, 13, 14x. You feel like it should be bigger for the biggest card, but at least there's a big card there. The next one jumps far down to 7,500. And you're going to see, we're going to scroll not that. There are bigger cards. This is what I expected from the other product, but it just shows you Cooper Flag and Knipple are the shit right now. They're the new. And next year, with how big the draft class is going to be, these guys are going to be forgotten. They're not going to be the hype. Their prices will go down. And we're scrolling quite a bit. We're getting closer to the box price. It's all Knipple and Flag. Here's one that you make $250 off a one-of-one rookie Colossal Shots. And I even question that price. That's a weird price if we looked at that other guy's cards. All right, so I'll say you're playing the lotto here. You're at least playing the lotto for now. And I'm telling you, the new draft class is going to take over, and Knipple and Flag will be old news, just like some of these other guys. All right, what's next after Finest? I think it's WWE Finest, which is currently selling for $440. And this is a case hit. And I actually like the case hits. There's 3 different case hits. So you don't get all 3 in a case. You get one or the other. So you're not even guaranteed. If I bought a case to get a Dark Energy card, that's the card I want. It's one of the reasons I buy the case. I'm not even guaranteed to get that case hit because there's many others. In this product, there's 3. In the other products, there's many more. All right, it sells for $70. And this is the case hit in a $440 box. And that's Mankind. Let's see what Frank found us.
Kevin Owens.
I don't like the base of this. I think this is a numbered card. So, but I'm not a big. I do like some of the inserts in this stuff, but I'm not a fan of the base.
50 of 199. We had our on-card auto. I wonder if they're all on-card, actually.
Again, there it is. Your on-card auto in a $440 product, and you hit a $10 Ludwig Kaiser. So give me a break. Here we go. Seth Rollins, gold refractor, number to 50, sold for $35. These are the Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, excuse me. These are some of the biggest names in wrestling right now. Cody Rhodes, a champ for 2 years until he lost it. You have Roman Reigns, who was a champ for 3 years. Everyone loves Roman. All the kids, he's been the shit for wrestling. $20. You pull his The Turn out of 50. It sold for $20. You feel like you hit the big card. You at least pay for some of your box. It's a $440 box. You made $20. And then a Becky Lynch, numbered to 50, autograph, on card, the Finest, one of the inserts they're pumping. It sold for $120. The shit's just not worth it. Maybe there's more room in the breaking side if you buy the right thing, the right team. Again, Jey Uso, one of the bigger names. He's over or was over. Out of 25, $33. Rey Mysterio, legend. Out of 25, $10. Shawn Michaels, legend. Out of 25, $20. I could continue. Here are those Dark Energy case hits. The Bray Wyatt, which should sell for the most, and it does, sells for $127. So you pull the case hit, the guy that died tragically. People there's a niche following, a big passionate following for Bray Wyatt. It sold for $127. It was hilarious. I saw Paul Bearer in the 80s, a recent video of him back in the 80s, far different character than this guy. He was a hype man. He could sell. He was a manager. He's far different than this character I grew up with. Sold for $41, the Mankind 70, and you have the Boogeyman selling for 37. So the case hits just don't do it. You're not even playing the lotto. I don't want to call it trash because I like the wrestling product. It's not even bad value, though. It's trash. I mean, we could go look. There are a few hits. There's a few cards that sold for like $5,000. The Rock 101 auto. It's a big downhill climb for there. For time purposes, we're going to keep it moving. That's what we have so far. The top's chrome because of the price value compared to everything else. Because there's chase hits you'll never hit. You know, I put it bad value if you love it. But the rest of the stuff is just not worth it at all. And again, I could do what all the channels or the industry's doing or the people public. Hey, look at these big ones. Look at these big ones. I'm focused on stuff. This is a big hit to the right here. That's a Bo Jackson numbered to 5. Again, it'll continue to lose value because they're going to keep making more of them. And it doesn't cover the price of the box. And it's numbered to 5. It's autographed. Let's see what Frank found.
Like $900 or something, right? For like 5 cards or whatever it is.
Oh, Plum Blossom.
Is that what that is?
Every time they just get so excited. Ah!
Hey, who's your mama? Oh, boy.
I'm up. Biggest pick of the draft. 5th pick, 6th round. TJ Hoshimazode. Yes, lock it up.
Who?
What? TJ, how's vanilla? All right.
My favorite was Marshawn Lynch.
TJ, who's your mama?
Oh, no, that's the Super Bowl. That's out of 60. Super Bowl 60 out of 60?
Holy shit. Amazing. Did they go crazy for that?
Like $900 or something. 60 on the T.
Luther Burden. Look like every other Luther Burden.
All right. Moving into this product. So these are the case hits. There's several. There's many. So you're not going to, if you were to open a case, you can, or buy into a break of a case, it could be a different case hit, which I find interesting. You know, another way to water it down, another way to sell it, another way more parallels, sell more product. Abdul Carter, I know defense players don't sell. $92 for that case hit. Ray Lewis, $56 for that case hit. No, I don't even know his player for the Ravens. Malake Starks, rookie, $27. Malachi is probably how you say it. It's more likely, huh? Cam Ward, that I do know. Number 1 overall pick, $256 for the case hit, and it doesn't even cover even close to cover $800 cost of the box. Shador Sanders, autograph, silver. That's another thing. And I know this is ending here. Maybe they're come out unlicensed. So they're and maybe that's what's happening here. But there's anyways, silver prism. Autograph. That's a new one, I feel. I don't remember that much. No, the prism's not enough. We now need the silver prism autograph. So this is the more rare. It's sold for $575. Travis Hunter, silver prism autograph. They paid to grade it, made up the price of the box, and that's one of the biggest hit, big hit. Jackson Dart, you don't even make money on his silver. Not autographed on that one, so maybe the auto you do. Let's see the biggest cards out of this. McPigskin, feel free to interrupt me. We'll take a break. We'll have you call in. Here's Joe Burrow, and this is their little gimmick. They're using the manga cards because they're important now. It's a fad now. It's a trend now. It's selling in one piece. But unless you hit this incredibly rare Joe Burrow manga, even, this $800 box. It's sold for $1,250. You feel like you got a huge hit. Or they're pushing this card, which I don't like these cards. These big head ones that they're trying to make expensive. That one sold for, this one sold for $900, the same price of the box, and you got the hit. And then every other Joe Burrow, no matter how cool, no matter what serial number, doesn't cover the cost of the box. His number to 10 is gold. And we're showing you rare cards here. I could show you a lot more cards that are more what reality of what you're going to get out of these boxes. The reality of you pulling one of these crazy Joe Burrow cards is slim to none. And even if you do pull it, it's a $300 card. All right. The prism, we'll put bad value. I don't think you're playing a lot. I don't think it's trash, but I also think it's pretty bad value. But there's a lot of, higher name players, rookies in there. $800 is way too much. Now we move to Sapphire Edition, something I don't play in this $1,100 realm. I don't know much about it. The most expensive card ever to come out of this product is sitting next to it. It's a $12,000 card. So the best you can do in this product is 11x your money. That's the best. That's the cap. The most you can do. So you're saying people are getting to play lotto. Normally they're going to play like that. They want a bigger cap than 11x your money. And then there's a big fall. One $10,000 card, $7,000. These are the most expensive cards sold out of the set. Oh, pressing the wrong button. So what do we have? 1, 4, here's 9. All these cards, these are the only cards that sell for more than the box are the cards I'm putting up here. And that's it. Every other card in this set sells for less than the box. That's it. It's these cards that I have up, maybe about 20. When I'm not, that's about 24, 8, 16. All right, a little more, 24, 32, no, 24, 32. About 40 cards sell for more than the box. Other than that, unless you hit one of those 40 cards, you can't win. Unless it's looked at from the breaking angle. And maybe there's some angles where you can win and some teams you can, but buying it as a product, as a box, it's not even a terrible proposition. You're going to lose. And yeah, you hit more than one card, sure, but the odds of you hitting a $600 and $700 card in the same box, slim to none. Let's see what the most expensive. Oh, I just did. I mean, this is terrible value. You're not playing the lotto because this is every card I just showed you that's more expensive than the box. It's nothing. There's almost none. You're spending $1,100. It's trash. For $1,100, go buy the Steph Curry rookie card you want. If you're a baseball fan, go buy the biggest baseball rookie card you want for that $1,100. Do yourself a favor. Trash. Eddie McPigskin, if you're here, feel free to interrupt me. Oh, I haven't shared the link. Let me share the link. I think we've been doing this a while. I think we could use a break. I have maybe 3 or 4 more products. Call-ins wanted. All right. Anybody feel free to call in. Give us a little break. Tell me what you think about this. Any new recent hobby news you want to talk. In about 15 minutes, I do have a scheduled caller, so maybe we could go till then, or maybe you stay on with the scheduled caller. Let me pin that really quick. It'll take me 2 seconds to go to the live and pin that. 1 sec. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at with this stuff. I feel like all that's ever highlighted is the big cards, the most expensive cards, the ones that's kind of where I'm at. 1 in a million product or 1 in 100,000 product. Let's pin that. What do we have? 48 likes. If you're here watching the live, Frank's been a big help doing work behind the scenes, and we have someone guest coming on right now that'll be fun to watch. Let's do this. Give me 2 seconds more. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to do this.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Dave Snyder, it's hammer time. Can't touch this.
Uh-oh. Volume? Sound?
I met MC Hammer. I worked at Jamba Juice when I was 19 years old. He lived in Tracy, California.
I'm in the show, but it doesn't. I can't hear a thing.
He can't. We hear you. I can hear you. You can't hear us. You talk. You talk.
Oh man, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I can't hear myself.
Yes,
so I don't
we
know
can
if
hear
this is
you.
working.
Yes, we can hear you, bro.
No,
we can hear. Yes.
Is that a no?
Yes.
It's not working, or
Yes,
you
we
can hear me?
you. Yes, talk.
Oh, you can hear me. Oh
Yes.
wow, so I'm gonna go blind, I guess here.
Go
All right.
blind.
Well, anyway, I'll try to play it like a pro and just go with it. Well, let's see. Golden's an idiot. Still can't stand him. He's going to team up with freaking Logan Paul again. Logan Paul has changed the game to Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is about like
And
somewhere
One
out there.
Piece.
I thought I saw Neo here. Neo, you can confirm or deny this for me. Is the market dried up on Yu-Gi-Oh? Is there stuff still available out there, or have they sucked all that up so that they can play the game of manipulating that market at a full level? If not, let Jason know. Professor, love your work. God, I love this. I can't hear myself, so this is really killing me. But guys, We wished this crap on ourselves. This hobby has turned into an absolute freaking nightmare because we allowed it. We keep letting the bad actors do bad acting and we let them back in. Keep doing that and we won't have anything left to have fun with anymore. Peace out,
Hey now.
Professor. I'm gone.
You know what? I want to say something because tonight's a bit different of a show, what we just did. And, we won't do that for a long time from now again, but it was important to me. It's something I want to talk about. It's more nuanced, a little more boring. It's not dramaful. And I could show you some of the big hits, but they all do that for you every single video. So I wanted to show you what's realistically in these crazy price products. The other thing I want to say, Dave calling in and just looking at the chat and someone else calling in now, we'll take him in just a second. Petty's been here for the last 6 months. Petty's watched the channel for over 2 years. Orlando and Petty, by the way, calling in tomorrow. Chris Sewell and Jeremy are calling in after them. Thank you for sponsoring CIA Auctions. We'll take a look at your auctions. They'll explain a little more tomorrow. Thank you to Card Ladder as well. And again, I'm going to call out Carler. I told him to his face, you're a sponsor. You know what? I didn't give, I'm going to say something. I like Chris. I didn't give him a weak little, lovey-dovey place to come belly rub. I asked him about being a Jordan 1-of-1 collector. I asked him about his stupid $20 million evaluation on the Kevin O'Leary card so we could go talk about it at the Actor Awards. So at least I pushed those, and he had some good answers. You don't have to love the answer, but at least he breached the subject and didn't run away and wasn't shy. Anyways, so I guess the point I'm making here, looking at seeing him call in Dave, and we have KK's been here and Orlando and Fresh Prince since trivia night, which we got to get a trivia night soon. Chris is a new name, maybe been here a while. KK Blinks just became a member. Rick Galvis is in on and off. I'm sure watching. There's a ton. Reef, get in the Givey. Reef's been here since we were going on Whatnot. And looking at the Givvies, that's a very big, we had 50, 60 people in here, and it was fun. That's the whole, it's just been, I'm going to use the word, and I'm not very religious, so be it, but it's been a blessing, man. Some of the friends I've made from here, some of the conversations I've had from here, oftentimes you feel invisible in life. Oftentimes you work hard and life's a grind and not always. There's great moments, great years, great days, but sometimes you get in this moment where you feel a little bit, and this has made a place where, I saw my friends over March Madness. It's not that we're disconnected. I see them once a year. We all live different lives. I'm with you guys twice a week. Some of you guys I talk to 4 or 5 times a week. It's been great for me. And I'm not a big difference. What you'll see from my channel and the way I talk and the way I'm going to present things is I'm not here to pump you an industry. I'm not here to sell something. I'm here because I'm passionate about cards. I'm here because you're passionate about cards and we bond over it. But that is the 100% biggest difference is I'm here doing something passionately, doing something for a reason of what I find just the reason behind me being here is not the same reason that most of the content is out there. And not Dan the Car Man doing there, but most of the content you're seeing out there is because they go to shows or they sell or they break or they want to promote their collection or high card sale. And I feel that's a big differentiator here. And so, yeah, I don't know if a thank you's owed, but possibly, man, it's been, we have, whether we get over 200 or not, we have this base of 150 people that are here Tuesday and Wednesday, and it rotates, and not everyone can make every show. And we have over 1,000 people watching these things after the live. It's fucking cool, man. And the videos I make, the passion bleeds. The love bleeds. And I'm not saying I'm not saying Neo's not passionate love. Put out content every day. Sure, there's other. I think his motivation is to grow into the YouTube space and be in his lane. And he's not telling you to buy cards, and he's not telling you to go rip cards. He does have some things where he's opening cards on camera and tries to make it. I don't know. So be it. I'm not comparing to that. I'm thankful that I found an outlet on something I'm passionate about, and you guys seem to fucking dig it. You guys seem to enjoy it. So, and you could tell I put in a lot of effort and work. All right. Blue red's down below. Let's do blue red. In blue red, we'll do about 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we'll have a new guest come on. He's in the Pokemon TCG space, but he had an issue with PSA. I wanted to give him a little space to one of the viewers help bring him on. I was unaware of this, and one of our viewers helped spark it together, and so we'll entertain it. We'll see where we're at. Blue red just left, damn it. All right, feel free to call back, blue red. Love to hear from you. Another one. I mean, there's just been some great bonds and friendships I've been able to make over the past year. So we just got another new caller. So I'll get to the few products and then we'll take them on. I'm not going to go through deep, but we had this product, which again, you pull a Jason Tatum numbered to 15 auto, and it's a $237 card. The product's almost over $1,500. And I have all this laid out, some of the bigger rookies that cover the cost. These are the bigger hits, and then everything else is garbage. We did diamond icons on one of the recent videos, and then I had a huge deep dive on Topps Chrome. We'll either get to that later or another time. Blue red just called back in, so let's give blue red a few minutes, and then we'll throw on VIP Pokemon. Blue red, did you enjoy?
Yeah, let's talk about my bracket. I was out a good bracket, but it could have been worse though.
You're not dead last anymore. You have a fighting chance.
Hey, at least I know a little bit about to where I had Arkansas going pretty high. And I really like Darius Acuff. I think he might be the guy.
He's playing well. Playing very well.
He might be the guy to collect for this year.
A little early to say, and there's going to be a lot of guys to collect. But did you watch the games? Did you enjoy the tournament? What does it look like for you?
I think I actually ended up watching one of the High Point games, and I picked them to beat Wisconsin because I looked at Wisconsin's season, and they did not look that good. So I've just decided, you know what? Let's see what I got wrong and what I can learn from this so that next year I can be better.
And hey, don't count yourself. This is how this works. Now, most people, I don't think many other brackets have Arkansas going to the championship. So if you pick the championship right here and Arkansas makes it that far, you're going to pick up a ton of points. Most people do not have Arkansas. I've checked the brackets. Almost nobody has Arkansas going to the championship. So if they make it all the way to the Final Four, which most people don't, I'm going to the Final Four, and they make it to the championship, you could win. I mean, you're very much alive, even though you're way behind.
I like Darius Acuff a lot, and that's why I picked Arkansas to go pretty high.
Kid from BYU looked pretty good. I know I only saw a limited version of him, but he looks pretty good. So yeah, we have number one guy has Arizona versus Florida. So he's out. I mean, you really need to have a Final Four locked in almost. So the guy that's in first probably won't win. I haven't checked the mail. The Zach Edey's in there. So Blue Red, did you watch most of the games? Do you watch a lot of the games? Are you not much of a sports watcher? I'm just curious.
To be honest, I only watched a little bit of the Gonzaga game. And I kind of figured that was what was going to happen with Gonzaga. I think we need a new head coach, to be honest. I think Mark Field is a bad coach, and I think he needs to be fired.
Blue Red, I have VIP. Who's a little about he's hanging out. Blue Red, when we're done, maybe call back in and we'll talk a little cards.
That sounds good.
All right, Blue Red, have a great night. All right, so one of the viewers brought this to my attention. I don't know much of the story. He sent some of it to me. I'm going to let him tell it in his words. I know we're oversaturated on the PSA stuff, but I'm curious. And so VIP Pokemon's his name. And how you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me all right?
Hear you great. Great.
Awesome.
So I know that Cardale mentioned that you had a big issue dealing with PSA. And so, yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, so I'll try and condense it as much as possible. But basically, long story short, I had a few high dollar cards like between the $500 to $1,000 range back like November, December of last year, and been getting ready for this big move. I've recently moved from Montana to Denver, and so I just needed some cash, needed to liquidate.
Hey, congrats,
some things.
bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. And yeah, so life hits you sometimes, and you just need to liquidate fast. So I thought about selling on eBay. But I heard a lot of people, some friends of mine were telling me about PSA Vault. They're like, hey, you can, save on some fees. You can actually, there's no sales tax because they're based in Delaware. So buyers are going to actually pay you more for sending to the vault. So I sent a few of these cards to the vault to be sold. And basically they sold one of my cards, but then I never got paid for it. And then almost 3 months later, they tell me it's sold for about 35% of market. So, yeah.
So wait a minute. They sold it, showed you that it sold. For what price did it sell?
Yeah, so they basically, I had it listed for $750. The market around the time for this card, it was this first edition Pikachu card, really awesome card and iconic Pokemon. Even for, I know this is a sports channel, but most people know Pikachu. I mean, it's one of the most iconic Pokemon out there. So I sold this card. I had an offer for $725, which was super fair.
That
all the
was their
sales.
buyback offer?
No, actually, so that was in eBay. So I had basically PSA
Sent
had
it
my
to the
cards
vault.
listed. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they're basically just working as kind of a middleman between eBay and me, which I mean sounded great to me, honestly. On paper, it all sounds great, right? But yeah, so basically
service, but then more and more issues keep popping up.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so basically January 12th, I get that offer for $725. I accepted it. About a week and a half, 2 weeks go by, and basically it just says payment processing. It's just kind of crickets, which is pretty unusual compared to the other cards that I had sold. Because at that point, I pretty much got paid out within.
That's a good question. Let me just say, so you had sold other cards this way and got paid out prior. It's not the first time.
Yeah, exactly. So I sent in because they limit how many cards you can send to them to 50. So I sent the max. I sent 50 cards because I had a lot of like lower value, like nines and like nines and tens of just really easy low or high pop stuff. And then a handful of cards that were between that $500 to $1,000 mark. So yeah, no, I sold dozens of cards with them, and like one thing you mentioned, like there was other issues too. Like another thing was I had like maybe 8 or 9 cards that it took forever for them to even get photos of them, which is weird because PSA normally they have photos of everything, right? But I guess they were just either lower, like older cert cards or something else. I'm not really sure why, but they didn't have photos for them for over a month and a half for some of those cards.
And so, okay, so let me understand. So the card sold for, I think you said about $750. Is that?
Yeah. So I accepted the offer for $725. It was listed.
And then
for
what did they end up sent? You said they gave you a third of that value.
Yeah. So, so basically, so the real issue, right, is not the fact that card sold. I was totally happy to sell that card and get, $630 after fees, right? The problem is they held my card in limbo for months. So basically, this was in like a payment processing sort of like gray area between sold and in my vault. I don't know. Have you ever used the vault?
No, it makes complete sense. Makes complete sense. Yes.
Yeah. So basically,
but normally it would take, I don't know, a couple days, a week for it to process and be done.
Right. Exactly. And that was how it went with pretty much every other card. It was like 3 days for payment, basically like 2 to 4 days to get payment. And then it would enter your Stripe payout and then you get paid out like the next day, right? This was a totally different scenario. It seemed like somehow there was either a glitch in the system or someone figured out a loophole to hold this card in limbo. So basically this card in today's market is worth nearly $2,000. So they messaged me. I go through this big move a month, a little less than a month ago. And I remember, where is my card? Like I have this $700 card. Where is it? Why haven't I gotten money for it? So I email them and they tell me that this card sold March 10th, which makes absolutely no sense. Never relisted it, never had access to it. I was completely locked out from it. And now they're trying to basically give me what works out to 35% of market because it's $638 after fees.
How do you feel? I'm curious. Number one, I was curious your place, like does it piss you off enough to leave everything, or what is your take on? I don't think Number one, I would assume their customer service throughout the whole time was a joke. Was it a joke, or how was the customer service?
Yeah, it was appalling. Like, I mentioned this. I posted a couple videos on YouTube on my channel here, and yeah, I mean, it was shocking. Like, I have received better customer service from, little like mom and pop shops. I've received better customer service from GameStop, which says a lot.
Hey, dang,
That says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were basically ghosting me for a little over a month and a half through emails. You can only reach out to the vault through emails. So I called PSA. I actually recorded some of these conversations because of how like ridiculous this situation was. And I told them, you need to get me a hold of someone now before this situation basically gets out of hand. And like I said, January 12th was when this offer was accepted. I was supposed to receive payment no later than like January 25th, basically, like at the longest stretch. And here it was. I went back and forth with them all throughout February, and then throughout a part of March, and then finally hear back from them March like 11th, and they said the card sold, which makes no sense.
Okay, number one, it's a trend. You're not the first person to say about this customer. That's why I could guess this customer service wasn't good. Number two, where does it leave you now? Like, they're probably not going to make it better.
Yeah. So basically, I literally on the phone, like before they finally emailed back to me, I told like one of these workers, I said, I am literally going to make sure that every single person I know knows my experience. They know what happened here, because this isn't right. This is super shady. And yeah, I've been hearing tons of people saying the same stuff that has happened to them. Like, there was this one guy, he said almost the exact same thing. He was like, my card sold back in November and they just now decided to pay me out after your videos came out, because I've posted a total of like 7 or 8 different posts and videos now between YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everything. And just from my platform, it's over like 250,000 views. And they're nervous. They have taken note.
Oh,
and,
so I didn't realize. So you have a little bit of a following then.
Yeah. I post here on YouTube. Actually, it's VI Pokemon on YouTube. I have almost 25,000 subscribers. We're about to get there. And yeah, a little bit on Instagram. I don't do much on Instagram. I need to be more active there. But
yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah. And then I posted, a lot of people told me, I don't do much Reddit, but a lot of people told me, they're like, you got to post this on Reddit, like on PSA grading Reddit. And yeah, the amount of people that have shared similar experiences is terrifying, because it truly goes to show, if you don't have a platform, this company will take advantage of you. Which that actually takes me to another thing. So basically, you asked kind of like where I am now, like, do I have a resolution, anything? Yep, there it is. Yeah. But yeah, so basically their initial email was like basically damage control. They were like, okay, like, hey, we'll give you a credit to grade with us. They were like, we'll give you a $250 credit to grade with us, which was totally ridiculous. And so I basically just ignored their email and, just kept posting my videos, just basically roasting them, because screw PSA at this point. And then, yeah. And then, basically it went from this one guy who was like some sort of manager in the PSA vault to Josh Lewis, who's the director of customer care, for PSA. So not PSA vault at this point. It got sent over to this guy, the director of global customer care. And he basically just like spills the beans, basically says like, this was a huge overlook on our side. And honestly, it seemed very ChatGPT. A lot of people kind of agreed. It looked, yeah, I don't know. There was a couple.
So what was his resolution, or he just say sorry?
So yeah, so basically he said, also, I just wanted to point out, Ziggy said, have you graded with Tag or CGC? I have graded with CGC. I do plan on grading with Tag, but CGC also is riddled with problems. They've had massive controversies as well. But no, so basically he, as of right now, and I haven't even posted this on my personal YouTube, so everyone here is going to hear it first.
Yeah.
It's been very slow right now since my part 3 that I posted, which was that PSA is feeling the pressure. Basically, he said, I want to reimburse you for the full market value for this card. That's what he said he wants to do, which is great. And I mean, that's what I would want, nothing more of. But obviously, you know, this is a multi-million-dollar company and there's a lot of moving cogs. So what he is offering, he says, I need to make sure that it goes through the accounting department. I need to make sure that it gets all these, you know, checks from other people. And I've even had a lot of people comment and say, they're not going to give you any money because that's basically admitting fault. And I think they might be right. But I mean, we'll see. So right now, all I have to kind of show for this card is the $638 after eBay fees.
Well, and as you
for
mentioned,
that
the
card.
worst part is if you didn't have the following or an outlet to put this stuff, it would never have got to that guy. You know, so no one else is getting to that guy. You luck, and that just sucks. You know, that's that. And I'm glad you're here to point it out and point it out in your niche, because it's just getting worse. They've put their hands in too many different pots, and they've lost focus of, you know, what matters here. And the other thing, it is a streamline. A lot of people that do play that way, hey, I'm going to buy the card, I'm going to put it in the vault. You actually save some fees, and as you mentioned, taxes, and so people enjoy it, but they can't even get that right.
Yeah, no, it's bad. And I mean, again, like, you would just not expect this sort of level of customer service from such a big company. You know, like, I would imagine it from like a startup grading company who's trying to be different, you know, like, but it just doesn't make sense that they don't even have a phone number for PSA Vault. That kind of blew me away, honestly. They literally will not let you call them or contact them for any reason. And you have to email them, and it takes weeks or months to hear back from them. It is so bad.
I think that department would be flooded is you know, I think there'd be too many people calling in.
I agree. Yeah. A lot of people would be like, okay, what the heck's happening with my card?
So
this doesn't make any sense.
Another question I have for you is, because I liked One Piece from the beginning. I'm a sports guy, but and then One Piece went crazy stupid. And so at the beginning of the year, I did buy some singles. I bought about 40 One Piece singles, older stuff I thought that would, you know, I liked or age well. And my plan was, of course, to send to PSA. And over the last few months, I'm so fed up with prices, everything. I'm very disappointed with how they're doing things. I don't want to send them to PSA anymore. But on the flip side, I also don't want to send them to CGC. I don't really want to send them to Tag. So they're just sitting here for now. Are you going to keep sending to PSA?
I mean, so unfortunately, I already have some cards with them because, like, grading turnaround time is super slow right now. So, I mean, I sent cards back in like January and stuff. But like, from here on out, not really. I don't really plan on doing it as much, if at all, because they've just continually showed themselves unreliable. And I see a lot of people saying, well, at this scale, there's going to be mistakes, right? There's going to be mistakes, you know, even if it's less than 0.1%, you know, there's so many cards being submitted to them. And my problem isn't necessarily how many mistakes they make. My problem is how they handle it, because this, experience for me, it was nothing but denial. It was nothing but trying to weasel their way out of it. And $1,000 is a drop in the bucket for this company. It's a drop in the bucket. It's nothing to them. And yet they try and squeeze their customer for every dime. And that's my problem, is that I just don't think that's right. I don't think that's right to push their mistake on the customer and basically force us to, I don't know what the word is, but, basically just be a whistleblower. Yeah. I mean, they basically either, you take it, or you're a whistleblower and you say, hey, this is what they're doing. Like, I'm going to post a Reddit story and, expose them. And that's what it takes to actually get something done. I don't know.
One big difference between our two worlds is that the TCG world, especially the Pokemon world, there's a lot of industry people that are trying to make millions over here, right? Maybe in Pokemon too, but it's more of a community of follow. You guys call this shit out far more. Like, a lot of these companies a lot of these content creators in my space are in bed with collectors or in bed with other big companies. And so they don't talk about it. They run away from, or if they talk about it, it comes off cringe. It's clearly they're just talking about it because they kind of like it's weird. Where your space, man, which I like, is I just and maybe I'm just watching those people. Maybe there's a lot more hypesters as well, but it just feels like you guys are not as in bed with them and you're more critical and actually more frustrated and willing to say it.
Yeah, no, that is a good point. I definitely do feel like, I even hear a lot in like Pokemon and just I don't know, like other than sports cards, like a lot of people say like, well, even if we all boycott PSA, the sports guys are still going to be grading with them. And yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe there's just more history for the sports guys.
And to throw at you, if you look at the grading pie, 66% is all TCG. If you break down baseball, basketball, you guys are owning, keeping them in business because the way you guys are grading with them on a far higher scale. So you do have some power there, I guess. Far more of you than sports card people sending in their cards at the moment.
Yeah, and honestly, like just to kind of bring it back to like, you talking about those cards that you kind of have sitting, they look gradable. That it'd be a massive increase in value if you graded them. But at the same time too, just like all these videos with these scandals that are happening with whatever company, whether it's PSA, CGC, whatever, right? Again, I can't help but remember that, raw collectors are sleeping good. They know their collection is in their binder. They know that it's safe with them. They know that nobody else has their hands on them. And not even with grading too, but also to send your cards in to be graded. Like I've heard so many terrible stories of FedEx or USPS or UPS just stealing these cards because, in general, like every TCG and sports cards, I feel like just the market of trading cards has really gotten to this point where everyone knows. Like I'll be talking to my grandma and she's like, oh yeah, I saw that there was this Pikachu that Logan Paul sold, and it's like that's kind of like when that it's gotten to this point where everyone knows that there's value here and people are going to see opportunities to basically take advantage of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you see it. I mean, you guys have it way worse than, fakes are coming for us, but Pokemon has tons of good fakes out there.
I just saw that comment from Ziggy. Raw is not safe at all. Yeah. No, that is true. That is true. But yeah, no.
Let me ask you if there were, I enjoyed talking with you. If there was another, something in TCG or Pokemon, would you be willing to maybe come back on?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I actually, I've been wanting to hop on a podcast or something to talk to people about the market. I mean, I love talking my wife's ear off with market trends and stuff. And so, yeah, it's great to just get it out and just talk about the hobby in general, and there is a lot of crossover. I've talked to plenty of sports guys, there's all sorts of crossover. I mean, obviously, if you start talking to me about the game last night or something, I might not know what's going on.
The reason I moved to One Piece a bit, especially when it first came out, is these sports card boxes are 500, 700, 1,000. When One Piece came out, I mean, I know it's changed now. Boxes were $130. It was worth, the product was worth it for 24 packs. At 300, 600, now I'm One Piece box. It's just not worth it for me. And sports, the value's not there. It's a dime a dozen. So I even crossed over a little and I still, of course, am mainly sports, but I do see where there could be crossover. Yeah,
totally. No, and I have a lot of people, a lot of friends of mine that have been telling me about One Piece. I mean, the quality is great, and I've watched a lot of anime. I've never watched One Piece before, but
1,000 episodes. Yeah, it makes people not want to watch.
I've heard really great things about the TCG itself, like playability, because the one thing I hate about Pokemon is just like how
basic.
Slow it is.
Yeah,
it's very slow, very and One Piece, like I've heard that there's a great market for actually playing it too. So I definitely want to get into it more too and branch out. But
what's your first name?
Marcus. But
Marcus, I'm Jason. They call me Prof sometimes, but no, Marcus, it was really great talking. And I don't know if there's any closing thoughts or final things you didn't get to say, and then hopefully we'll have you back on again at some point.
Yeah, totally. No, it was nice talking to you. I appreciate the coverage. Like a lot of people have been picking up this story. Anything helps, seriously. Like, I mean, it takes a village for this type of issue. And ultimately, I just hope that, these grading companies can kind of learn from their mistakes and actually do something about it. But only time will tell. But yeah, I really appreciate you talking to me, and hopefully I'll see you again.
If you'd watch TCG content, VIP Pokemon, and Marcus, it was great meeting you.
Appreciate it.
Hey now, no, that was cool. Different show tonight. Did a lot. Very different, but that was a great call. I enjoyed that call a bunch. Blue Red's already back hopping on. Let's see. No, Marcus, thank you for sharing. I hope your issue gets resolved, but what really sucks is for the hundreds and hundreds and millions. Yeah, man, they're just not going to get the same care. Look at the lengths you had to. All right, so we did a lot of this. We're not going to go backwards to here. Let's get Blue Red on. We have this NBA article. Oh, the other thing I kind of put up, I've been out of the loop for the last 5-6 days with, my friends' tournament work. And so I wouldn't mind scrolling a few people's YouTube to see what some of these stories are, but let's throw Blue Red on. Blue Red will give you a couple minutes. What's up?
Hey, so I'm thinking about buying some Pokemon cards, and I'm specifically focusing on the new Mega era because I think this new Mega era will be better than the Scarlet and Violet era.
You're just on that hype train. Now you're young, it makes sense, but it's what's new. It's always what's new.
Nah, this stuff was actually cheaper than the Scarlet and Violet era because what happened with the last Sword and Shield era, I looked back at it, people kind of don't really care about Sword and Shield anymore.
And eventually they won't care about any of it. That's my but hey, in the meantime, it doesn't mean you can't make some money or have some good things in your collection. Blue Red, it sounds like I think you have more Pokemon than sports, yes?
I kind of have like a mixture of like sports and Pokemon. I kind of have more sports cards.
I have a question for you, Blue Red. How is it, for me, this is neat having, this whole thing. You've become kind of a regular on here. You must enjoy coming on, I hope.
Yeah. So I think what I realized about my collecting with sports cards is that I realized that I like to collect generational winners.
Yeah, hey, that's the way to do it. But you also prospect what you think is going to be a generational winner. Caleb Williams, who do you say is going to win the Super Bowl? Drake May?
I don't really know just yet, but I have to gather more information about it.
So much passion. Hey, they love you, Blue Red. Blue Red, have a great night. Call back tomorrow. We're winding down. Thank you for calling, Blue Red. Oh, Frank, what's up?
What did you have for dinner tonight? Blue Red.
Food.
And he left.
He's not doing it anymore.
Food, he said.
He got me. Do you know what was happening on the chat earlier?
Hell no. What's happening?
Yeah, KK and Boston Card Hunter were going at each other.
Oh, okay.
He drove Boston Card Hunter out. He left, and then oh man. Oh no!
I don't know if Boston Card Hunter ever stays. He always comments in the first 5 minutes, and then I don't know if he's staying.
Yeah. Oh, and then I guess there's a show, Vintage Card Shack, that was talking smack on you about buying views, and then poor Charles was getting shrapnel. I don't know. I didn't watch it. Oh, huge deal! This is why I got on. Taylor Parker threw $50.
Hey, Taylor! What?
This was like near the beginning of this show. I'm sorry you were cooking, but I know that's a big deal, and we appreciate everything and all that kind of stuff. So,
Bro,
sorry, yeah, that was the biggest reason. I know, right? And then KK is going hard after Nick. So I don't know. There was a lot. I mean, chat
like what? How hard?
Crazy.
What got crazy?
I don't know. I wish KK would
save the comments. What did he have? I mean, he called him being.
Well, he got banned from his lives, his shows. So, and then I guess Boston Carter was just making fun of his name. There's theories out
VIP
there.
Pokemon, thank you for coming on. I saw in the chat. Hey, thank you, bro.
I know. Super dope. He did really well. I hope we can.
Smart guy. Yeah, he was well composed.
I know I think he's going to make some good content, and I hope. Although Opossum's our guy, that's my guy.
Opossum's the man. Yeah. Oh,
dude,
I told you about him.
And I don't want to put him on the same plane, but he's been on fire lately. I'm going to do I'll have some clips for you.
So what the hell happened between Boston Card Hunter and KK?
Uh, he banned him from lives, and then while they were on each other, Boston Connor's making fun of his username, and then KK was just saying, you came in my house, welcome to Thunderdome, bitch, and just started like whacking on him. I don't know, it was going so fast and furious. I couldn't like really keep up because I'm trying to like put stuff up on the screen and I'm not trying to distract things. You were cooking. It got kind of heated there for a minute. But yeah. And then what's our other thing here? Oh yeah. I guess someone's accusing you of buying views. Many of the
Well,
chat
he
knew of
accused
this.
Boston Card Hunter. I quoted his comments. He
No,
said
this is a
once
totally
again,
this
the
is a
new
totally
one?
separate topic. No, this is a totally separate topic. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place.
Yeah,
Here we go. A couple.
Vintage Sports Shack.
Yeah, okay.
I have
Yeah,
him
they're
right
talking
here. He did a
smack.
whole video on Boston Card Hunter buying views, and maybe he
No,
mentions Neo,
you.
Dan. He might have
The
threw my
chat
name
say
in here.
yeah, the chat
In a
said
different
you.
video, because Ziggy showed it to me. And he said, look, I'm going to look into these guys buying views. He named a few names. I'm like, bro, I've never bought a view. It's all this. I told him, hey, you're just talking to a camera. You want to accuse me? The reason you're not growing is because your thumbnails suck. Your titles suck. You don't put any like stuff in your videos. So, my videos get like 2,000 views, 3,000 views. If I was buying views, I guess it's so stupid. You think I do this for that passion? But anyways, I can't speak for the rest or anybody else, but I'll speak for myself.
It's good to have Ziggy back on. Ziggy was on fire tonight on the chat. Good to have you back, Ziggy.
Don't be stupid.
No Charles tonight. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. He might be mad at us.
Charles
Orlando
is not
said
mad
he was.
at us. Why?
Orlando said he was commenting on his videos while our live's on. Why is he not on tonight, man? Little hurt there.
About what?
But I guess they also.
What would he have been mad about?
I don't know. I'm just being drama. They also said Charles got shrapnel from Vintage here. That
Vintage must watch here. He doesn't know Charles anywhere else from this channel, so he watches the lives talking shit.
And then
hey, what's up with the numbers? Is it because it's warmer? We didn't hit 150. We didn't get even close to 200. All
right. And then Zach, who's the greatest commenter in the entire world. I do a ton of clipping and all that kind of stuff.
Zach's I called Zach out the moment I saw him. If anyone can hang with Boozle, that's fucking impressive. And Zach hangs with Boozle.
He does. And so the big joke is the backgrounds and people having like microwaves in the background and stuff like that. And you remember we had who the Leaf guy, Brian Gray on. Zach had deciphered that there was a microwave in his background. I just about lost it. So I'm sorry. We like making lots of jokes as far as backgrounds are concerned and beds and Dan the sportsman. So wow. Yeah, Charles doesn't deserve strays. Thank you, Digger. And we're not talking about buying views anymore.
I mean,
great show tonight.
Though. He deserves a little strays. He did a little strays. He can handle it. He proved he could handle it. Now, I mean, this dude, I've watched him for years. Don't be stupid. I told him in the comments, you became a smoother talker. Your background's better. It used to be garbage. You used to couldn't talk. But there's a reason why certain channels grow and certain don't, and you have 2,000 subscribers. Hey, why not?
Oh, and then Dave was, I'm sorry, Dave, things go crazy. The chat. Dave was trying to tell us something. Did I pin him?
Oh yeah, I did. I started, asshole, because you didn't.
What?
Where? Oh, you unstarted. No, Dave, I started. You unstarted. Dave said that he finally medically got cleared from the sickness that was in his body.
Word. Yes.
So big love to Dave. Dave's feeling better. Dave, next time, make sure you can hear yourself. We could hear you. You were sounding great, but yeah, hey, congrats. Hit the like button for Dave. Come on.
Chat wants him back in the bunker, though. Chat
of
doesn't
course,
like
me too.
They want him back in the bunker. All right. Just Dave, just so you know, buddy. So yeah. We do love you, Dave. Sorry about that. And then
right, Frank, stay on. Frank, stay on.
Hello, friends. Welcome back. Welcome to Vintage Sports Shack, and welcome back to another episode.
This is the person talking shit. This is the person who should, Neo makes content every day. I don't know what Boston Card Hunter did. He copied a lot of, what landed on this channel. Now all of a sudden he's going live, so fair. But getting 5,000 subscribers that quick's pretty fast. I'll say that. I know we had the big PSA video. let's watch a minute of this together, Frank.
Episode of Don't Be Stupid.
Don't be
Today,
stupid.
we're going to be talking about the hobby community and what I think of it. So, as always, stand up, stretch out, because away we go.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to get thousands of views with this.
Wow. All right, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about the hobby community and how I think that the outside world perceives it. But before we get to that, Francois, I have got some additions to the friends.
Wait, who's this?
Well, today, what I wanted to talk about.
No.
No.
Let's hear what he has to say about Boston.
You've turned me on to a lot of channels.
Welcome back.
I don't think this one's going to hit. I'm sorry.
Absolutely not. Trust me, I watched it a little bit. Don't be stupid.
This is YouTube at its finest.
Because away we go.
He wants to call out shit, and that's what you're doing. You want to troll or talk shit you don't even know about, and just making up things. And this is what your product is.
All right, guys. Don't mention Boston Card Hunter's name.
Hey now.
I said this guy was psycho. Fucking psycho. I caught him. He's had several different channels. And the channel he had before.
Hey, I don't want to say motherfucker, but I kind of do. Who else? This live might have more people in here than you get on your total videos. No other channel is pumping you, showing you, and giving you any love. And now you're talking about Boston Card Hunter. People are interested.
Reached out to him about he was showing a 1986 Fleer completely signed. I was like, hey, that's cool. I've got a almost completely signed 1957 set that my uncle has.
Here's some advice. Get to the fucking point.
You know, just cool. People have stuff like that. And that was it. And then I kind of started watching them.
All right. No. Oh, okay.
And as you guys know, I'm an appraiser. And every day I'm running market trends. And appraiser's job is not to inspect, to observe.
You're not a YouTube content creator. We know that.
Observe the market. Observe everything. Pay attention. What's out of the norm? You know, what's this? What's that? Just pay attention. Keep your eyes open. Focus. Pay attention to the market.
Get to the point.
Gather information. So I started watching this channel and I started noticing.
Hey, free lessons, bro. If you're watching talking shit, free lessons. Get to the point. Have better visuals. What the hell's with your background?
And some inconsistencies. He would get 20, 30, 40,000 views and then it'd drop down to 400. Then he'd get another 700. Then I'd jump up to 15,000. And so I'd go into him. And his comments was like 400 people. He'd have like 4 comments. Then I'd go into his comments. 15,000 people and he'd have like 4 comments. So I started Googling, hey, can you buy views?
You didn't even know you could buy views? What? Get out of here. All right, so that's what he thinks. Anyways, Frank, wrap us up.
Oh, man. Suck it, Gio.
And now, give a like for Frank. Frank, thank you for all your help, man. The passion, the help. I appreciate it. And now, I meant what I said earlier, having this place to vent, talk, a lot of it's some of your feelings, you resonate with it. It's been a ton of fun. We didn't get to some of the sets. We did some deep dives, and maybe we were doing well going over the cards. We kept growing and growing. So it's something I might think about again, but I'm not doing it every time. This took a lot of work. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is a more call-in show. I'll have things prepared, with Petty and Orlando. And then the second half of the show or some later in the show, it'll be Chris Sewell and Jeremy calling in. So tomorrow should be fun. A lot of conversation. Next week, we're getting Trike back on, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you for being here. It was a lot of fun. Taylor, I cannot say thank you enough for $50. That does not happen often. I think that's the second biggest amount I've ever gotten here. And there's many, many shows where I don't, make $1. The lives don't pay really much. But anyways, thank you so much, Taylor. We also got a new member tonight who's been here for a long time. And he's not starred right now, but I believe is, was it like Blink05, I believe. Anyways, have a great night. And yep, a lot of fun. I don't have much else to say. Not much else to say. I'm going to end it there. We'll see you tomorrow.